Um, what's up, guys? Welcome to another interview here at African Fighters. We have a very, very special guest with us today. She is a Nigerian, Algerian, born in France, and she's going to be
Born in England,
competing.
actually.
England. Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay. Live in Paris, right?
exactly.
Yeah. She's going to be competing for the ARES Women Flyweight Championship on September 2nd. Um, she's no other than Alexandra Tekenah. Is that correct? I got the name right? Welcome to the
It's
show.
perfect.
Welcome, welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I've been looking forward to talking to you, getting to know you. The moment I knew you were African, I was like, okay, you have African heritage. I said, we're definitely going to talk to you. So how can you just tell me about yourself? Tell us about yourself, the audience, who you are, briefly your upbringing, and just a bit summary of yourself.
I'm 28 years old, currently living very close to Paris and training out of Paris in NR Fight gym. I was born in London, and I spent the first 3 years there with my father and my mother. Then my mother moved back to France, but she's originally from Algeria, Annaba. And
Okay.
so my father is originally from Nigeria, so they met in London.
London, right?
And
Okay.
yes, yes. So and now I'm currently living in France, hence my very French accent.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm a professional MMA fighter. Recently started this
This,
professional career, but I
okay,
come from a wushu, so kung fu background, and
okay.
started martial arts 16 years ago.
Wow. So you've been doing martial arts since you were a child, or when you're a
Yes,
young girl? Okay. Is it for just
yes.
for how would I put self-defense? Just for at that moment, you never thought you were going to fight. You just wanted to do that for fitness, self-defense, or do you have the vision
Well,
that you were going to fight, become a fighter?
I was a very shy kid, a very shy kid, and I really liked, those martial art characters like played by Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and I also really liked the Disney movie, Hercules. Hence, I have a
Okay.
Hercules tattoo because he was a very shy kid, got bullied a lot, and
Mm.
then started to grow strong and to defend himself, and I related to him. So one day I came across this wushu class, and I started, and I never looked back. I'm a huge martial art geek, so it was the perfect fit, and it helped me to develop as a human being too.
Oh, nice. Good to know. So your English is actually very, very good. Maybe better than my English, to be honest. You speak very, very fluent and good. I'm also from Nigeria, currently in the UK as well.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm studying in the UK and also doing
okay,
a big fan of MMA as well. Started watching MMA for about 9 years now. So fall in love
nine
with the
years.
game and became a big fan. And so definitely we're going to cover MMA and provide kind of the media for African fighters because Africans don't really get so much coverage. So we said we're going to do
That's true.
something to give.
Plus, I think Africa is really developing in terms of MMA fighters.
Yes.
I think lots of people are going to come up.
Yeah.
We already see big actors in the MMA world, like
Yes.
Israel Adesanya, Kamaru
Maru.
Usman,
Yes.
Demate Pena.
Yes.
I think, I mean, also women are starting to come up too.
Yes. Yes.
And an African born and raised fighter because me, I was born in London and
I
raised in
know.
France. So, but I truly think also with this, there's a strong martial art background, like in Senegalese wrestling
Yes.
and other sports. So I'm really looking forward to see what's going to come up in the next years.
Okay, okay. So you talk about wushu as your background in fighting. So I kind of have like a kickboxing style as well. I think it's similar. Wushu and kickboxing almost similar techniques as well.
Almost.
Yes. What about
Yes.
judo? Do you have any judo background training along the line? Because sometimes you use some judo moves in your fights. I've seen your fight, so
Well, in wushu, well, the fighting form, which is called sanda, is
yes.
the fighting part
Okay.
of wushu.
Yes. Yes.
It's a striking and takedown, but we cannot put the knee on the ground. But so there are some judo throw, especially with the big gloves. But I do train wrestling, of course, as part of my training.
Okay.
But more or less every kid in France has done a bit of judo when they were small, but
Yes.
it's just like few sessions, so you
Okay.
cannot you don't really
Okay.
remember it.
Yes.
But it's part of the wrestling training and trying to pick from every area, every discipline and style to build your own style.
Awesome. 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 Talking about your heritage as well, you mentioned your mom from Algeria and also have you ever
Exactly.
been to Algeria or Nigeria? Oh,
Unfortunately, no, but I do have this project to do like a tour
okay.
to go back to, like I said, go back to go to Africa and actually connect with my roots,
Okay.
and maybe meet some people from my family, because I think it's important to know where you come from,
Yes.
and not to, even though I'm extremely proud to have been raised in France and to be, I'm very French, and
Yes.
I'm very proud to have had this luck to get a good education,
Mm,
and so I relate to the French history because I adopted it as part of the way I was raised.
yeah.
But I think it's important to know because I know from both of my culture more from uh, food, music, but because we used to gather a lot with my Algerian family in
Mm,
France with my grandmother, my
okay.
grand aunt, gather around some nice food, talk
Yeah.
and exchange.
Okay.
But since my grandmother passed, this part of my heritage has been kind of put in the background.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So I think it's important to, if you cannot get something from your culture because you can't fall apart from it, you have to go and reach for it. So
Yes.
that's my intention, to go to Algeria, Nigeria, and maybe go around other countries in Africa to
Okay.
discover this richness, cultural richness.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Also, sorry about the loss of your grandmom. May her soul rest in peace as well. Yeah. Also, my next question will be talking about your part of your journey as well. It's a bit difficult to get to know much about you online, no much record, but I did some digging and I got to know that you study at University of Paris. You study
Yes,
psychology. So, and also you did
exactly.
something in psychology with neuroscience and movement. So tell us about your education, especially in psychology, and how has that helped you to in your martial art career?
Well, I did. Funny enough, I used to be very shy. But I did 1 year at studying theater at the university, so this helped me brighten my reason, my way of thinking, and my way of communicating. So that was a good thing, even though it was just a year.
Okay,
Then I
that
did.
was what?
Is
You
it
did what for 1 year? Come
pardon?
again? You say you did what for 1 year? You studied what for 1 year?
Theater.
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 Okay. Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Um, then I did, is it 3 years? Is it a license?
Yes.
Yes, a license
Yes.
in psychology.
Psychology.
And but funny enough, first year I was like, oh, I think I'm more into sport-related studies. But I
Oh,
already did 1 year of studying theater, so I wasn't
theater.
going back. So I tried to relate sports and psychology, and I did this in my master's degree. Afterwards, and so more focusing on how to cope with emotions, thought process in order to perform. So this was focused on sport, but it can be focused on different areas. Yes, to perform in any way. And then I did just 1 year because I had some previous experience and knowledge of to get the degree to be a physical, how do you call it? Not a personal trainer. I am personal trainer, but I do coach athletes. Physical preparation.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Is it called there's a name called it. I've forgotten the name. I think it's called physical exercise. Is exercises?
Maybe, but focusing on coaching, periodization related to athletes. So this is what I do.
Nice.
What I do actually in my gym, the gym I train at of.
Okay. So you train athletes. Are they track and field event athletes or just MMA combat sport athletes? That's what you mean?
MMA athletes, or even regular people that don't compete but just want to get a good health.
Fitness, you mean?
Yes, and I'm lucky enough to have as a mentor and kind of a boss. My boss is the physiotherapist for Algerian football team.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Soccer team.
Okay.
So it's a small. He's my physiotherapist, and we knew each other back years ago. And so, funny enough, it's like a circle of connection related sports. Well, Algeria, so it's kind of fun.
So, having this incredible journey, studying psychology, neuroscience psychology, great field, talking about the mental thought process, and I believe you have strong mentality because you have that. I'm not trying to say that because you're in my presence, but going through that studies, that will help you a bit more in adapting to situations and all that. So how has it been for you with your parent or your mom when choosing MMA? Were they like worried? Why are you going to fight? Why not do something else?
It was big trouble.
Oh, okay.
Big trouble. Well, she wanted for me to be actually a physiotherapist. And when I was a kid, she didn't want me, for instance, to do karate because it was a striking martial art.
Yes.
But I managed to sneak in the fight game. But now she's really well. She didn't support me like my mother, my uncle, because it's normal. You're afraid for your kid. You don't want to see your kid fight. I wouldn't want to see when I get kids, see them fight.
I swear, I know.
I'm in the game. I don't want, but I will support them. But now, funny enough, my mom watches old fights, and she talks about old fights, and she's like, her favorite type of technique is elbows.
Probably kind of a coach as well, telling you things to do now.
No, she knows that because of course, like when your family, like some members did maybe 1 year of boxing, they're like, oh, you should work on this, do that, but it's not MMA boxing, and I don't want to be seem arrogant, but I think I'm a bit well versed in the field, but I don't say anything. I'm like, okay, maybe I should work more. It's fun. It's a way to share this experience with the one you love. So and since now they are with me, I celebrate it. So I'm lucky.
Yes, great to know. So great to know. And I didn't mention at the start. I forgot to say that Alex is she has a record of 2-0, 2 wins. She's undefeated, and you started your MMA career, pro career this year. Your first
Yes,
fight was in February, ARES3, second one
exactly.
in May, 3 months later,
Yes,
ARES6, and now ARES8. ARES8, you're going to be fighting for the title. So three
yeah.
fights in a year.
Actually,
This is
4. I fought Muay Thai in December.
okay.
So 4
Okay.
fights in
Oh,
10 months,
oh,
I think.
wow. Wow, that's good. That's quick as well. And so this one is going to be the big one against Ivana Siric. So how are
Yes.
you planning for that fight? I saw your interview, but it was in French, but I could not really decode some of the things you were saying. So how is the preparation? How is the camp going? First of all, how is the camp going for Ivana? How are you taking this fight? Because she's kind of she's also undefeated, 4 wins, 0 losses. She has fought more times than you. So what? Tell me about your camp first of all, and then we'll talk more about Ivana. So how is the camp going? How's preparation for you?
Right now, it's a bit tapering off because of her energy levels and dieting. This was a long camp. It was a
Yeah.
long camp. I think it was 13 weeks, more or
Wow.
less. And it's like I'd never stop training. I take maybe a bit of a break and lower my training volume, but I'm usually always in the gym. So it's a continuation.
Okay.
I'm not going to train more or less, maybe a bit less, like just before the fight.
Okay.
But it's just going to be a question of intensity and quality and specification. Other than that, it doesn't vary because I try to develop each skill every day because it's my passion. So I'm not going to go into camp just for a certain fight.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a continuous
Continuous process. Yes.
camp, yes, to improve as a martial
Okay.
martial artist.
Awesome.
So and I'm looking forward to this fight, and the fact that she's undefeated or that she has more experience, it's not a factor. It doesn't come into a factor because
Okay.
I did compete in other sports too, and so I'm used to the experience of the competition, the process to compete.
Okay.
Maybe not the discipline, but the process to handle it mentally. And I'm lucky to have so many different types of training partners. We have a big pool of women fighters at my gym. So it's very I'm very fortunate for that.
Okay, awesome. So what will you say is the biggest asset of Ivana? What do you think, since you've been watching, when you're watching her fight, watching tapes, what are you paying attention to? What do you think is her biggest weapon, and what do you think you can capitalize on going into the fight?
I think it's very important to know that she's very a calm fighter. She's very resilient, and that's a good quality to have in a fight. And I'm very impressed by the way she moves on the ground. She is very mobile and knows where to go and how to control. And I think it's the biggest asset. And in regards to her overall MMA game, I don't think you know actually how to handle it unless you are in front of the person.
Okay.
It's more of an interaction. She's not going to fight the same way with me than with the other person, and I won't be able to get a good grip. Of course, we can mimic her style or try to find people that look like her in terms of technique, of way to move. But unless you're in front of the person, it's very tough to know really how they are. For my previous fight, I did some stuff that we worked a bit on, but that just appeared during the fight because of the in-fight analysis.
Yes. Okay.
Important to have like a quick way of processing the information.
Yeah, instantaneously, just came into the fight process. Yeah. Okay.
Whether it's myself or my coach.
Your coach. Okay.
because he has an external vision of the fight. So that's important. And I trust him 100%.
Awesome. And also, still on this topic, what I want to understand your vision. What are you envisioning in this fight? How do you see it playing out in your mind? Not telling us your game plan, or how do you? Everybody want to win. I will believe you're going to win, or we hope you win. So, what do you think about the fight? How do you see the end, or you just keep that aside and focus for now till the end? Or do you have a vision? Do you have something in your mind how it's going to play out?
I think everything is possible. I could win, I could lose. I hope to win. Of course, I hope to win.
Yeah.
It could go the distance, it could stop. I think that I'm a bit better in terms of striking and distance control, but maybe I'm not, because I don't know how we'll interact in terms of style. We'll see how the wrestling exchanges go. I mean, I don't know. I do hope to win. I think I'll win, but there's not 100% chance. She thinks she'll win, otherwise we don't take the fight. So it's a mutual. We'll see. I hope to fight. I hope to win.
Yeah, we hope so as well. We want to hear and new Alex, the first ever women flyweight champion. That will be history in the making. So we want to see more women do well in the sport. We want to see you also. We're happy to see that you're representing Africa as well. Even though you're representing France, but we are proud to know that you're one of us. So so we're happy to see you representing.
I've got that Nigerian power in my hands.
Yes, Nigerian power.
And that Algerian fever.
So one question I would like to ask is about Fernand Lopez. Tell us what you know about Fernand Lopez and what he's doing with MMA in France.
I think he's the main actor in terms of French MMA. He managed to do a lot in terms of whether it's his gym or his organization. And he's I think he's really good in what he does in terms also of communication. In terms of communication, I don't know him personally. I did exchange a few words with him, but I don't. But I salute his accomplishment.
Yeah. Also talking about also the development of the sport in France, how amazing it has been in the last 2 years. Well, MMA wasn't kind of sanctioned in France, but now, and much credit to Fernand Lopez for the development and the push. So it's a good one. Just wanted to get some few words about what you think he has done and the growth of the sport.
It's booming. It's booming. And also there are many organizations that are growing in France, and many gyms. So it's a good thing that every like French MMA is starting to get noticed, because we do have few fighters in the UFC. We have ARES that went back to the UFC, and he's from Lyon, in the city of Lyon, from Algerian descent.
As well, yes.
We have Manon Fiorot in the south of France that fought actually in the EFC. So she fought in South Africa.
South Africa,
and
yes.
She's on the road to fight for the title. I hope so. I think after this fight, if she wins.
Okay.
And we have Taylor Lapillus that's back in the UFC. We have Cyril Gann. We have French MMA is doing good right now, and other organizations like Bellator, also PFL. So it's good. It's good.
Awesome. So this will be a tall MMA fight this year, and from what I've seen, it's like you fight every 3 months. Hopefully, we pray you win the belt and also you're fit. Are you hoping to defend the title come end of the year, maybe one of the big events by the end of the year? Are you looking that way for now? You don't want to think about anything else till after the fight?
Well, I think it's important to think about what's next, but even if the main focus is this fight, because if you don't win this fight, what's next might be compromised. But I do think I would like to take a bit of a break, but it's not going to be a big break. I would love to come back in January. So it's 4 months.
4 months, no much difference.
In January, that would be great. I want to be an active fighter, but I don't want to get myself in the ground. I mean, is it to get the expression?
You want
run myself down?
Yes, you want to also get yourself. Yeah, you don't want to be also. How do I put it? You don't want to also stress your body as well.
Exactly,
because
and
you
my
want to
mind
recover
also.
well, your mind and all the years. So
exactly.
Yeah.
When you prepare for a fight or when you think about a fight, hard to think about anything else. As soon as I have the date in my mind, nothing else matters. It's tough to. Some people manage to get some free time and to let the mind rest, but I'm one of those.
Just focus straight. You don't want to.
Yes, it's tough to relax when you're only thinking about another test. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I hope to win, and I think January would be good if I'm in good health. And for hopefully a victory, that would be nice.
Yes, hopefully we pray so. Talking about relaxation. Before I let you go, just want us to kind of play a little bit of a game. I'll ask you some few questions and just for you to relax and answer before you maybe go back to doing your training and other things. So I'll start with this. I don't know if you've tried. Definitely you've tried Algerian food. So which is your favorite Algerian food, and which is your favorite Nigerian food if you've tried Nigerian food before?
My favorite Algerian food would be I'm not going to use labia. It's so sugary. It's I forgot the name. It's with like not really bread, and there's tomato and onions in it. It's oh damn, I forgot about it. A bit spicy. Not kesra, but something similar. And a favorite Nigerian food, well, jollof rice.
Jollof rice, okay.
I'm gonna stay basic.
Jollof rice. Okay.
Yes.
I'll go to Nigeria now. So do you listen to Nigerian song maybe while training, workout? Also, who is your favorite Nigerian or Afrobeat musician or Afrobeat song? If you listen to African Afrobeat, do you listen to any?
When I used to work in my father's shop, he listened a lot to Fela Kuti.
Okay.
So, Water Get No Enemy. I really like this song.
Yeah, water no get enemy. Yeah.
Water no get enemy. Yes.
yes. Okay. So that is a big Fela fan. Yeah, a lot of parents really like Fela because he was someone who stand for the people. He fought the government with his song, with his music. So yes. Okay, my next question will be: who is your favorite MMA fighter?
My favorite MMA fighter is Tony Ferguson because he's so crazy and he has sharp elbows. I really like this character. It's just, well, crazy. I'm talking the good crazy because sometimes it's the bad crazy. I love his craziness in the cage.
Okay. And so someone that means so much to you, or someone you look up to in life, who is a person that you can say you look up to in life, and someone who means so much to you?
It's going to be my my mother because she made a lot. We didn't we struggled a bit when I was a kid because she raised me by herself at a certain point, and it was very tough. And she managed to give me a good life. I didn't notice we had issues, and I always did sports. She made sacrifices so I would be able to do things that I love. And by her work ethic, she managed to climb the ladder to progress in her work field, and now she's doing great. And so I'm really impressed because she managed to how can I say that, to improve her way of life while raising a kid by herself. Plus I'm diabetic, so she had to manage that too. So I wish to be as successful as she is in terms of dedication and work ethic mentality.
Awesome.
So I'm always grateful for what she did for me to have this good education, and also to be able to be active and have a good childhood.
Awesome. Shout out to mom. We really appreciate
Shout out to mom.
So your favorite,
even if she has that Algerian craziness, she's tough. She's tough.
What's your favorite city you've lived in? Or what city will you say is the favorite city? Is it London? Is it Paris? Or where?
Oh, Paris. I have a Paris-related tattoo. I'm one of those grumpy Parisians you'll meet in the underground. If it's in the morning, I'm sorry for that. But I was raised near the city, even if it has its bad sides. I love to run around the city when there's no one and just look at their history, rich history. Because when you go through places, you can't believe it was there. Like the buildings that were built back in the Napoleon times, the Louis XIV. To me, it's mind blowing. But since I think you like the city where you are raised in, so if I was born in a small village in the middle of France, I would certainly say this village. But I was raised here, so I'm going to be very Parisian and say Paris, the big R.
Yes. Okay. Still on that, I'm going to ask, definitely you're a PSG fan, no doubt about that. So who is your favorite?
I don't follow football.
You don't follow football?
I don't follow football much, no, but because of I used to be. I didn't follow it much because of my father used to be an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
A gunner. So, and my favorite football player was Theo Walcott.
Not Henry. Why not Henry?
Not Thierry Henry. I was too small for that.
Okay.
I know about Thierry Henry or Bergkamp.
Yes.
Yes, more when I was into it, it was more Theo Walcott because I really liked his speed. His speed was impressive to me.
Okay, awesome. And my next question is, which city will you like to visit? What would be the city you would like to visit? I can give you some option if you want to. Lagos, Algiers, Amsterdam. I don't know. Just kidding. Which city?
I'm going to say Athens.
Okay.
In Greece, because of I really, when I was a kid, I loved to read about how do you how do you call it, everything related to the old times in ancient Greece. It's called Antiquity.
I'm not sure. I don't know much
about the gods of Greece, Iliad, Homer, everything related to the stories and the imaginary stories that they used to live in. So I would love to. I'm a huge fan of very old ancient Greece and Roman city. So I would love to visit these places.
Awesome. So what will you say you have 2 fights so far, pro fight MMA. So which was your toughest so far, and which was also your best moment where you actually felt happy in the fight?
I think my toughest was my second fight with I just had 2 fights, so it's going to be an easy choice because in the second round I was kneeing my opponent, and she went for a flying armbar, which caught me off guard. The arm was very, very deep in terms, it was very stuck. And I had to get out of this position, and then I accidentally did a soccer kick, but that went like this from her face, so it was okay. I didn't get a point deducted, but I was like very afraid. But I lost focus a bit, but it was 3 rounds. It was fun. So this part was, that's why I choose it as my toughest fight. And what did you ask in terms of, you asked a second question. Sorry, I don't remember.
Toughest fight and also the one your best moment. I think it's kind of the same in together. Your best moment in the fight so far.
The best moment in the fight was my first fight, which I won by a knockout or TKO in the first round, because it was such a journey to get to this first fight. We don't see the injuries, we don't see the work. What you see is just the result of years of dedication. It's very tough to, even mentally, to switch and to think of yourself as someone that can pretend, that can think of themselves as a professional something that's not common. So to think myself of a professional fighter was, it was an important step, and to win in this manner. I remember just after she collapsed, I got a huge burst of emotion, and I started running around. And it hit me so hard in the face and in my heart. I just started crying my eyes out. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop crying. And then when I thought it was good, I went back up and I started crying again. It was very, very strong moment for me, because that was all this pressure, all these things. That was all this, the choices you make, it just hit you very, very hard. So
okay, Alex, thank you. Sorry, I have 1 minute on the Zoom to go, so I'd like you to just I just try to let you finish. So can you just tell the audience where they can follow you, and then thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best with your fight September 2nd, ARES8 for the Women Flyweight Championship. We wish you the best of luck, and I pray you win the fight. And we hope to have you back
here
to talk to you after with the belt. We'd like to see the belt.
For sure. I hope so.
Tell us where the audience can follow you, your social handle, and all that.
Every platform, Alex_Tekenah, Tekenah.
Come on, Africans!